Hey guys, bit of a hiatus on the weather stripping content. We ran into some other issues here. So essentially what we've got going on is my power steering fluid is dripping everywhere and leaking. So I'm going to try and find out where it's leaking from, but most likely we're going to just be replacing everything having to do with the power steering. So I don't know if you guys can see right here, but this is the power steering pulley. And I do have a video of it wobbling, and I'll probably show that in the next clip here. But essentially what's going on is I believe the pulley is wobbling, causing the pump to be faulty. But I really can't tell exactly what's going on. So I'm over here at my in-laws' garage, and we are going to try and see what's going on. So sorry for the delay on the weather stripping, but this is a little bit more important. I'd like to get my car driving without any risk of the serpentine belt being locked up and causing the cooling to kind of blow up. So this is kind of first priority, and we're going to kind of get right into it. Alrighty, so the alternator was here, right in this area. We took that off using a bolt here, and then one bolt on the back of it, right here. So once you get those three off, pops right off. Make sure you disconnect the power from your battery, as well as the power connector to the back of it. Before you do that, you do need to detension the serpentine belt, which is this little guy right there. All right, so alternator has been taken off, and then we've got these 4 bolts here, 1, 2, 3, 4 underneath it. The next steps were removing the 5 bolts attaching the pump to the bracket. Now our next steps are getting this hard line off, and there's underneath it, this other one right here is a, oh, sorry, not that one. Right in here, let me get that focused. There's a soft tubing with a hose clamp. So, need some nimble fingers here. All right, so we ran into 2 issues today. Trying to get to the source of the problem, we found another one, which not great, but it's good to know that it's there. So if you give me a moment, I will show you where it is. So I'm a little upside down here, but we have a leak from the cooling fins from the hard line right here. And there's also some leakage over here. This was the main concern that we wanted to look at. However, when trying to get the little compression fins off, not fins, sorry, compression clamps, we noticed that this fin right here was pushed into the hard line and somehow was not dripping. But once this fin got loose, basically all of the power steering fluid kind of came out. So we're still trying to find out where the leak that was here that got caused, that brought us here. But this is definitely a main issue. So since we've got the car jacked up and we've got the pump out, which I'll show you in a minute, we're going to try and replace everything. So power steering, fun stuff. We've got the pump, and this is connected, this soft tubing right there at the bottom right in here is connected into the pump. So you don't need to disconnect it there, it does it at the bottom. And that's why we were down at the bottom trying to disconnect it, and we noticed the other leak. But everything looks good right here. We have not seen anything that could be concerning from the pump that would cause a leak. Like the back's all clean. I believe the underside is pretty clean here too. So I'll show you as well. power steering fluid coming off the serpentine belt, making a mess everywhere. And yeah, so our theory is my father-in-law is assisting me, and he thinks that the pressure from the pump is causing it to shoot out of where that leak was and then spray everywhere and probably get all down there and spray everywhere else. I'm a little bit concerned that we have a coolant leak, but I have not noticed any cooling issues or the cooling draining. So we're going to go and take a look at everything and kind of go from there. So yeah, massive shout out to my father-in-law and my brother-in-law for letting me use this area. And we've got the car up on these ramps here. We jacked it up and slid them under because we couldn't figure out how to get the jacks in a good spot, you know. But yeah, we're going to leave this here for a minute and buy all the parts. So I guess the next video will be trying to install everything. How's it going, guys? We just jumped to a few days later where I now have the parts. So I'm going to show you here, but we've got the brand new power steering cooler, some new hoses, and I'm getting ready to install them right now. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did to take off the old power steering cooler, and then I'll get right into it. Oh boy. Okay, so it is hanging right now, but this bad boy, it's really gross, was got 4 bolts, or 2 bolts on this side, 2 bolts on that side, and then it just kind of hangs there by some tubing. I need to disconnect this one here still, but I do have it obviously off on this side, and it is off on the top, but I'm going to be replacing this whole thing here, and it should just pull out. So I'm going to go up top and get this the pressurized power cool. Oh my gosh, the pressurized power steering cable out of there. Alrighty, we are up top. This bad boy. You're coming with me, maybe. Oh boy, how do you actually get this out of here? Yeah, it looks like maybe I push it down. Sorry. Looks like I push it down. No. I see the curve here. This little that thing curving right there. Whoop. That's part of it. See, I can shake it. It's in on this. It is really, wow, it's pushed tightly in there. So, oh, wait a second. Wait a moment. What is that connecting to right here? That's not what I thought it was. That's going to the rack and pinion, of course. Why would it go anywhere else? Silly old me. Okay, so I have to somehow get into there. Yep, that guy. You see that? I don't know if my hand's gonna... I gotta... Huh. Well, maybe I'll just reconnect that. And instead of replacing it, maybe I'll just leave it in there. Because that part's not... This part's fine, I think. Yeah, it's fine. I think. Alrighty, so I've got it out. And imagine we're looking at the front of the car. Like this. This is how it is mounted in the front, right in front of the skid plate. And this thing has seen some rocks and pain in its day. So now if we're going to bend it this way like we're looking at it from the underside, if you look right here, that is not supposed to look like that. Look at this thing. So what I'm thinking would happen, oh, whoa, I'm way off. What I'm thinking would happen is this fin bottomed out and just absolutely cracked this hose here. And when driving at speed, wind goes through there, kicks it right up to the back, And yeah, I think that's where my leak was coming from. And then when we took this hose off, it just coincidentally moved this around quite a bit and just really showed us that there. Alright, so I placed everything back on the car and started her up. As you can see here, it is still leaking in the back. This is exactly the leak that it was doing originally. So I'm still suspect that it could be the power steering. We've got a video from the back here and I really just couldn't tell exactly where it's coming from. But after some more review, I think it's actually a coolant leak. And a quick taste test does show that I'm pretty sure it's the coolant. I have no idea how to get to this part here. I've done a little bit more research and looking at it off camera. But for right now, I'm going to have to review how to replace the tubes. So once I figure that out, there'll be another video.